Hello, it's a soupy kind of day in Melbourne, and we have soup. I made the velouté meal the other day and got the soup from that, so that's really cool. What I'm going to do is make a bread, and it's a really, really simple bread, and it is gluten-free, although in the recipe it's not tagged as gluten-free on Cookie Do. I'll show you what it is, and then we'll make it. It doesn't take long at all. Okay, so it's the quick squash, rosemary and Parmesan bread. In here, it just says 250 grams of self-raising flour, and I have definitely made it several times with gluten-free. So that's what it is, the quick squash, rosemary and Parmesan bread, and it's simply delicious. It really is. Okay, let's do it. All right, put that away. Okay, so start cooking. My oven is heating up. My tray is prepared. Just a reminder, of course, when you take your lid off, always make sure that you're on 0. So tear your scales. I've got 100 grams of Parmesan cheese. And that's not vital, okay? So if you're, well, you can't do it with vegan, it needs eggs, but if you're vegetarian, well, it doesn't matter. You can have it with your Parmesan if you're vegetarian. All right. 1 tablespoon of fresh rosemary. This has just come from the garden. Had to give it a little dry. It's a bit wet out there. There we go. So there we are. I've got the Parmesan and the rosemary in there. Ten seconds, speed 9. There we go, look at that. So the reason I'm actually making this is I made it with a lovely customer yesterday, and she had already bought, it was the first time she'd seen a Thermomix, she'd bought ready grated cheese. So I told her, one of the reasons the great reasons with Thermomix is that when you grate your cheese yourself, there's no anti-caking agent, whereas when you buy it already grated, there is anti-caking agent in there. Anyway, we then just chop the rosemary by itself, but I tell you what, it chops so much better with the cheese. It's like, if you're doing a zest with sugar, it chops a lot better than if you're doing it by itself. Anyway, 2 teaspoons into, this just goes on top, that'll do. So I've just got 2 teaspoons in there, that just goes on the top for baking, and the rest of it's left in there. 200 grams of butternut squash. A bit over, but that's okay. 5 seconds, speed 5. Then 250 grams of self-raising flour. So this is my gluten-free, oops, you can't see that, gluten-free self-raising flour. Show you the pumpkin's all beautifully chopped up in there with the rosemary and the cheese. Again, oops, pair my scales, got 250 grams going in. There we go. Floured my thermi as well. Salt. A big thing of salt. Pumpkin seeds. Now, it's another little lesson here, and I've just started putting it in there because I'm assuming that the scales are already on, but they're not on. So to find them, you go to your 3 magic dots, and there they are. I don't care if there's a few extra anyway. 2 large eggs. 20 grams of milk. Now, we don't actually have a lot of milk. I have been making these cannoli, which are just amazing, and I need milk for that. But I'm buying this milk, and the reason for it is the carton is recyclable, but it's also made out of recycled stuff. So great sustainable thing. It's a unique carton, fully plant-based, made from renewable resources that can be replenished over time. It's also lighter weight and curbside recyclable. So, it goes into the recycle bin. It's made out of, plant-based stuff. So that's pretty cool. I just think it's a really good idea. So that's the brand. If you see it in the supermarket, we've got some people coming for dinner tonight, and, we're going to make some custard to have with the cannoli, and just obsessed with these cannoli, just trying to think of all the different flavors. Anyway, that's the milk I'm using for those reasons. Oops, bit over. And if I didn't have milk, I would have just done 20 grams of water. So that's going to knead for 3 minutes. Okay. And that is basically it. So it's kneading for 3 minutes. I tip it out onto my tray. It is a very wet dough, so the good idea is you either oil your hands or you get them wet, and then form it into a shape. You have to prove there's no yeast, none of that, and you just put the rest of your rosemary and that down there, rosemary and Parmesan on top, and you bake it in the oven. So we'll just go in again using those magic dots and have a look. Oh, actually, I use preview. So it says transfer to a floured work surface. Wet hands, shape the dough into a round. Place onto your prepared baking tray. Sprinkle with the rest of that, which is what I've already told you. 50 minutes at 190. And it's really delicious. The lady I made this with yesterday was saying what she loved about it. She's getting more veggies in. And it's a good way to get some more veggies into her kids as well. Got the seeds in there. They're always really good. It's easy. There's no proving time. And it's just a really delicious bread. It's really hard to stop eating it. That's the only problem. So I don't make it very often. And in fact, what I should do, I should be a very good girl, and I should actually put it, slice it and freeze something rather than just eating it all. I don't have bread very often. All right, so that's pretty much it. Let's just have another quick little share on here. So here's the quick squash rosemary and Parmesan bread. It says takes an hour all up. So that's probably fair with the time you've got the ingredients out, chopped up, and then bake for 50 minutes till it sounds hollow, and then it's going to have butter on it whilst it's hot. So really delicious. Okay, I'll see you soon.